So you're here to find out if the pshot actually works. Could a single injection cure your erection problems? Could it even make your penis grow bigger? Or is the whole thing a complete scam? Well, in the next few minutes, I'm going to explain to you what the pshot is and answer the question once and for all of whether it actually works. Now, I'm not here to sell anything to you. I'm here to give you the truth. And at the end of it, as a little bonus, I'm actually going to tell you how much it costs a doctor to give you a pshot. So you're going to be able to work out if what you're paying is really worth the money. My name is Dr. Simon Snook. I'm a sexual and reproductive health specialist, and for over 20 years I've been helping people improve their sex lives. This channel is the Kiwi Sex Doctor, and right here I give you tips, tricks and hacks for a better sex life. So you might have read about the pshot and thought, is this too good to be true? A single injection rejuvenating the penis, turning your penis back into an 18-year-old version of itself all over again. Whereas other forms of treatment for erectile function you have to take each time you want to have an erection, this is a way of just a one shot to fix it all. Well, I'm going to tell you if it's too good to be true. That's why you're here. But first, let's just go on a little bit of history about what the pshot actually is. So the pshot is actually a trademark name for a process of delivering platelet-rich plasma to the penis. Platelet-rich what? Good question. So the platelets are cells inside the blood that are important in the healing mechanism. Now, with platelet-rich plasma, what we do is we take some blood from a person, we spin it around in a centrifuge to separate all the parts out, and we collect the bit of plasma with platelets in it, hence platelet-rich plasma. And by activating those and injecting them into tissue, the goodies come out of the platelets and encourage that tissue to heal, or so is the theory. So physicians have been trialling the use of platelet-rich plasma all over the body to try and encourage healing in areas that may be damaged or need to be rejuvenated. And again, this is exactly what we're trying to do to the penis. Now, the pshot, as I said, is a trademark name for a very specific recipe of how to do this. The amount of blood that you use, what you might mix with it, and how you inject it. But point number one, there is no proof at all that the pshot recipe is any better or any worse than any of the other recipes of delivering platelet-rich plasma to the penis. However, if you're a physician using the pshot trademark, you have to pay a royalty to use that trademark. And not only that, you also have to sign up an agreement to charge a recommended retail price for it. So the price is fixed for the use of the pshot. And it may well be that physicians delivering platelet-rich plasma therapy to the penis without using the trademark are able to do it less expensively because of less costs and because the price isn't fixed. So you may want to consider that when comparing different treatments. The pshot is a well-known trademark, but has not necessarily ever been proven to be any better than any of the other versions. But does it actually work? Here's the answer. Well, there have been some animal studies showing that if you inject platelet-rich plasma into tissue, you can see new blood vessel growth. So we have seen under a microscope the actual effect of this. However, in real life, in studies on human beings, there's never been any decent quality study showing that platelet-rich plasma injections into the penis improves erection, or indeed any other of the claims like improves its growth. Now, to be fair, there have been no studies that have proved it doesn't work. In fact, there are just no decent studies out there. Now, there are plenty of testimonials where someone has said, I've had this stuff and it worked great. But when it comes to research with things like erectile function, testimonials are completely useless. Because with erectile function, there is a large psychological element in getting an erection. And the placebo effect of thinking something's going to work can have a very, very positive effect on the outcome. So the only way to study this to see if it actually worked is to do a placebo-controlled blinded trial. In other words, a trial where you give the medication or the treatment to a person and they don't know if they're getting the real thing or a fake version. And in fact, neither does the doctor who's giving it. And then you're looking at the results purely on what the treatment does, not on what someone expects it to do or even the doctor causing the treatment expects it to do. There have been none of these done of any quality that have shown any effects on the pshot or any form of platelet-rich plasma into the penis. Now on the flip side, it's very unlikely to do any harm. You're essentially injecting your own tissue or your own blood back into yourself. So apart from the needles being used there's really little damage that can be done, apart from the damage to your bank account. At the moment, the pshot is retailing at around about $1,600 per shot. Now, you might find that that money is better spent on a luxury weekend away for two and a nice candlelit dinner. So to summarize, there is no proof that the pshot or any other type of platelet-rich plasma actually makes any difference to erectile function, but at the same time there's no proof it isn't, and finally it's not going to do you much in the way of harm apart to your bank balance. So I hope that's answered the question as best as I can do with the evidence we've got right now. If this video has been useful, I'd really appreciate if you would give me a thumbs up, and also if you would like to leave any comments or questions down below, I'd be really happy to try and answer those. If you've got any other sexual problems you'd like me to address, let me know and I'll do another video on behalf of that. Now, I did promise at the beginning that I would also expose how much it actually costs the physician to do a pshot. Well, the consumables, the medications, the things you actually need to buy to be able to do it is going to cost a physician about $250 to do that. Now, there is the investment also in a centrifuge, and of course you always have your own costs like your building, your staff, and of course your own wages. But for a 30-minute procedure, a markup between that and $1,600 does leave an awful lot of room for profit, and it does bother me that an experimental treatment with no actual proof is being sold at such a big markup. For sure it should be available, but people need to walk into it with open eyes, and they probably shouldn't be paying quite as much as that. I would suggest if you're looking at this, do consider other options than the pshot because they might be cheaper. Thanks again for your time, and I will see you next time.